Okay, the title of your notes will be section 3.18. 3.18 Real World Rational Numbers. Real world rational numbers. So we've seen rational numbers. We're seeing absolute values. So one thing that we know is the further from zero on the negative side of a number line, the smaller the number. The smaller the number. And then we also know further we go, the further from zero on the positive side of a number line, from the positive side, we know the larger the number. We know the larger the number. So as we move left and right on a number line, we know further from zero on the negative side, the smaller the number it will be, and the further from zero on the positive side, or the right side, larger the number. So today we're going to be looking at vertical number lines. Vertical number lines show rational numbers. Show rational numbers. Okay? So we know that when we see a vertical number line, we'll start with a vertical number line, and then right in the middle we'll just put 0, and we'll just go up by 50s. 50, 100, and this will be in feet. Negative 50 feet, negative 100 feet. Okay? So we know that on 100 feet, plane B flies at 100 feet, and plane A flies at 50. All right? So we know that on this number line, this is above sea level. Above sea level. 0 feet means sea level. And of course, anything under 0 is going to be below sea level. Okay? So here's our number line, vertical number line. So when we compare the two on elevation, we know that plane A's elevation is going to be less than plane B's elevation. Plane B's elevation. That's it. So when you're looking at vertical number lines, we can actually see rational numbers on both the positive and the negative side using a vertical number line. So there are 3 simple steps to find real world rational numbers. Real world rational numbers. Okay? So step 1 is going to be create your vertical number line. Create your vertical number line. Okay, so just create your vertical number line. Step 2 is insert line increments. Line increments. Okay, so how many increments did you go up or down by on your number line? And of course, just plot. Just plot. And lastly, step 3 is to compare. Compare using inequality. Inequality. That's it. Which is a less than, greater than, or equal to. That's it. So step 1 is create your vertical number line, just like what we did here. Step 2 is to insert your line increments, whether it's up by 50, 100, could be 10 on there, and plot. And then compare using an inequality. So let's see what this looks like. Number 1 is going to be the Rocky Mountains. We're going to go rock climbing here. Rocky Mountains. And you can abbreviate here. And that's at 508 feet above sea level. And we also have Palm City. Palm City. And that's at 801 feet. 801. Okay? So I'll try to keep those steps on there for you. Step 1 is just going to be create your vertical number line. So create your vertical number line. And then place 0 right in the center. Okay, easy numbers to go up by would be 200, 200, 400, 600, 800, negative 200, negative 4, negative 600, negative 800. Okay? So then we just go ahead and plot those increments. So Rocky Mountains, that's 508 feet, 2, 4, 6. So you're about right here in the center. And then just write Rocky Mountains. You can label with an RM right there, RM. And then Palm City is 801 feet, 2, 4, 6, 8. Just a touch past the 800. That's going to be PC, Palm City. So when we go to compare, step 3, compare using inequality, we know that, well, Rocky Mountains is at a lower elevation, less than the elevation of Palm City. That's it. That's it. Rocky Mountains is less than Palm City. Let's see another one. Let's see number 2. Number 2 is you're looking at an elevator. They're on floors. This is the 4th floor below ground floor. All right, and then the other is going to be 8th floor below the ground floor. Okay, so just make your number line. Draw out that number line. And the 0 is going to represent ground floor. And we'll just go up by 2, 4, 6, 8, negative 2, 4, negative 6, negative 8. All right, and then we're looking at step 2 is just plot. So 4th floor below ground floor, 2, 4. Go ahead and plot. And there is your 4th floor below. And 8th floor below is at negative 8. So once you go to compare, 4th below ground, BGF, below ground floor, is going to be closer to 0, so that's greater than 8th below ground floor. That's it. That's it. 4th floor below ground floor is greater than, closer to 0, than 8th floor below ground floor. That's it. Let's see another one. Number 3 is seashell. So you have seashell. So this seashell is a negative 206 feet below ground level or sea level. And there's also a treasure, which was actually found at negative 103 feet below sea level. All right, so go ahead and make your number line, vertical number line, representing your elevation. And then place the 0 right in the center. Easy increments would be 50 again. 50, 100, 150, 200. Negative 50, 100, negative 150, negative 200. So go ahead and plot. 100 feet is right about where that treasure is. So just put a T for treasure. And the seashell, that's a little bit further down, went past the treasure. And that's at negative 206. So there's seashell, SS. Okay, step 2 is done. Step 3 is just going to be compare. So your seashell is going to be less than, further away from 0, than the treasure. And the treasure. That's it. Less than is your answer. Let's go and try another one. Number 4 is Japan is at an elevation of negative 148 feet below sea level. And the U.S., a specific spot in the U.S. is at negative 113 feet. All right, so step 1, just create that number line. Nice and straight, and always put the 0 right in the center. And 50s would be easy here to go up and down by 50, 100, 150, negative 50, negative 100, negative 150. All right, so let's go and plot. Here's Japan at negative 150. Just put a J for Japan. And U.S. is pretty close, but closer to the 100, negative 100, there's U.S. All right, so you have them both labeled. Now you just compare. Japan is going to be further away from 0, so that is less than the elevation of United States. United States is greater than Japan. Japan is less than United States. That's it. That's it. Go and try numbers 5, 6, and 7 on your own. Number 5 is Mount Everest. And that is at an elevation of 20,028 feet. 20,028 feet. That's a hike up there. And Low Valley, I wonder what that elevation is. It's going to be a negative 282 feet. All right. Number 6 is Delaware. Delaware, that's a tiny state, is at an elevation of 0 feet above sea level or below sea level. And Nevada is at an elevation of 481 feet above sea level. And number 7, go ahead and skip a couple lines just so you have enough room. Number 7, you'll compare 3 different locations. Japan's at negative 149 feet. China is at a negative 131 feet. And Mexico is at a negative 78 feet. And then I'll just put stars next to the 2 that you'll compare, but you will plot all 3 on the same number line. Go and try numbers 5, 6, and 7 on your own.